Michelle, guys, and let's connect. You are in for another good session today. I am talking to Shanell Lamere, and she is a mighty, mighty young lady who's got some awesome things going. Hey, now, if you have not already subscribed, make sure you click the button so that you can subscribe in the link below. And after you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so that every time I've got a new video coming out, you'll be the first to know. All right. So listen, it is my honor, my pleasure to introduce you all to Miss Shanell Lamere. Hello, Shanell.
Hello.
Shanell, I am so glad that you can be on with me today. It has been just a pleasure meeting and chatting with you. Now, I always get the pleasure of introducing to some and presenting to others. So I want you to tell them about Shanell Lamere, the podcaster, the videographer. This is Shanell Lamere Enterprises, and there's a lot of things under that umbrella. But Shanell, give them a quick rundown.
Yes, thank you for giving me this space. First off, I am Shanell Lamere. I am a serial, I guess I have to add that serial on there, serial mompreneur. I have two amazing little beings. One is 4, one is 7 months. I have a commercial cleaning business. I am an event videographer, as well as the host of a dope up-and-coming podcast called What She Grows Through. Now, that podcast is just, it's my baby. I have so many good ideas with that. It's just a space, just creating a space dedicated to just pour into and align with other Black women on a range of different topics, from sexuality to self-love, just talking about our stories. We all have our own individual stories and they need to be talked about, So just creating a space of just alignment so that we can begin growing through this crazy world. So yeah, that's me.
I love it. That is awesome. I love it. So Shanell, what she grows through. Now, tell you just asked me, what did that mean to me? How did you get the podcast started? What brought you to What She Grows Through? Where'd you get that from?
Okay, so I love listening to podcasts myself, and on this journey of entrepreneurship, mompreneurship, I needed to find a community. I needed to find something, someone, somebody, so that I can get help being poured into, because having a mental health background, I'm always the one that people go to for advice and things like that. But I struggle with a lot of things myself, and I needed an outlet on a safe space. So I was listening to a lot of self-help Black women podcasts, and I realized that I can do this too. And I already was searching for a way that I could take my mental health background and be able to still give back. So the podcast, just the whole podcast realm, I thought that I can do it as well, but I had a lot of stories that I wanted to tell. So just being able to do that, I already have the videography background, so I already knew that I would be able to do that, but just being able to tell my story and then having other people tell theirs as well. So just building a community of I pour into you, you pour into me. And especially with Black women, I don't think that we get enough credit. We don't get enough help. And it's important that we get, poured into as well. So I just wanted to build that community for us to do so. So that's where What She Grows Through evolved, and I couldn't put growth through it because that already was taken. So I had to figure out a way that to use grow in there, because that was really important to me. So I had to figure that out. And it came with what she grows through. And I thought that there would be a range of ways that we could.
Oh, yeah.
That. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that is perfect. As a matter of fact, when you told me the name of it, when I saw the name, I was like, oh, that's really good. That's really good. And we're going to make sure that we connect you with some authors that have some stories. When you talk about some ladies that have gone through, that have grown through some things, there's a lot out there. There's a lot out there. And I love the fact that you're saying, you know what, I want to create a place, a safe space, and that people can, they can pour into each other.
Yes.
Because you do need that. You do need that. And having a good community and places to do that, there aren't enough. And so I love that you're doing that. You're a young lady that's getting started in that space. So I think it's brilliant. I think it's an excellent idea. So, I am always very purpose driven. What is your purpose? What are you doing? And so you've got your podcast, you've got the Shanell Lamere films and things that you're doing. You've got your clubhouse space, and I'm going to make sure that we give people the detail. Let me give some deets right now. As a matter of fact, if you want to connect with Shanelle on IG, you can go to What She Grows Through, Shanell Lamere films, and Shanell Lamere. You can get her on IG. All right, that you're going to find her there. And her email is shanellamere@gmail.com. So it's right down at the bottom. So make sure that you guys check her out. If you're interested in being a guest on the podcast, you got a story that you have grown through, make sure you connect with her, because she's connecting with African-American women, just the Black girls. Hey, let's do some talking. Let's do some podcast therapy. How about that?
Helps.
So tell me this, Shanelle, when you think about how plans and purpose kind of collide, you think about, I know that you have recently pivoted, to be able to have the freedom and kind of the flexibility to be able to be a mompreneur. Tell me, tell our teams, tell everybody about how that plan and your purpose have collided.
Okay, so growing up, I don't know if I'm just going to speak for myself. So just growing up, I always wanted a family. And I remember telling my mom, I'm gonna go to college. I'm gonna get my own house. I'm gonna get my car. I'm gonna get a husband, and then I'm gonna have kids. And I remember her was like, "Oh, you better not be thinking about no kids." I'm like, "Did you just hear all the other stuff I just said? I said that first." But I always wanted a family, and I thought I was doing it the right way with my son's father, but it didn't go the way that I thought it would go. But once my son was born and, I took on that mother role, I just, you just feel what's important, like just what's important to you just changes. And I knew being with him was what I wanted most. I was already in a therapist role. I mean, I was a family-based clinician, not making a therapist, but not making therapist money.
Right.
So,
I understand.
on this path, I'm given, and I had to be on my other clients' schedules. So just being with these other families, helping them out. But I was going through a lot of stuff. So I just wasn't happy. And I felt like, how am I supposed to help other people when, there's a lot going on with myself? So I just had to figure out the best way that I can show up in life, but still have my son in the forefront. So I began, a side hustle, and I realized how much money you can do it with commercial cleaning. So I did that, and that was maybe 2 hours a day. And I had so much time with my son. So that's the route that I went. But there was still something missing, because I got this degree in psychology and sociology. I need to figure out a way that I can still utilize it. And I was already doing the videography on the side. And I realized that I really enjoy being able to capture other people's memories. And then their responses are always just just makes me emotional. So I knew I was doing good in that area, but I still had to figure out a way that I can still help other women. So being into podcasts myself, I saw that I can really do a lot of great things with that. So that's how the podcast started. I was a little nervous about it, but you still got to just push through. And I like this idea of failing forward, because we all think that, we're scared to do things in fear of failure. But as long as we're failing forward, we're able to see where we went wrong, and we can take that and keep moving forward. So I think I answered your question. Hopefully I did, because I go off tangents and then I forget what we were supposed to be talking about.
All right. This is a good, and this is an okay space. And you answered the question, because I was asking, how does purpose and your plans collide? And you know what? Hey, we did something different.
Yeah, I found my purpose in all of these things. I'm helping other people. I'm doing things that I love, and I get to be with my children also. So I'm able to put myself in every aspect, like challenge myself in different things. So I definitely feel like I'm on the path of purpose.
Yeah, no, I love it. You know what? So I want to talk a little bit more about the podcast. And so for those they can tune in and they can listen, but tell me what kind of stories are you looking for? Who do you want to reach out to you? Who is this community for? Who is this podcast for? Tell us a little bit more, go take a little level deeper.
A little deeper.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I think about my own childhood, when I think about how I was raised and the things that I had to go through, I'm such a strong person to still be able to do all these amazing things. And I know, especially Black women, I know that we go through so much, and it's almost like we can't talk about it because we have to continue being this strong Black person, like this strong Black woman. So with the podcast, I want to reach out to those women who have stories to tell, how they were maybe even at rock bottom. They felt like they couldn't get past, but something inside them, if it was, their kids, or just something inside themselves, like how were they able to get to the point where they're at now? How are they able to grow? Like I say grow, because that's what we're doing. If we're here in this moment, we grew through it, all the stuff that we had to, So
absolutely.
I want to be able to target those kind of women, to be able to grow through their challenges, the things that they had to do, and how they're just unstoppable now. And what kind of advice and tips that they can share with other people to help them get through their journey, wherever they're at in their lives. Maybe there's some people who feel like they're stuck in that moment, and then they stumble upon the podcast and able to hear other people's stories so that they can get the nourishments that they need to begin blooming into that tree that can't wither away. Like we gotta,
that's planted firmly by the water brook. Yes,
because the trees probably, if once we gone, the trees probably still going to be here, So how can we get together to pour into each other? I want to pour into you so that you can pour into me, so that we can pour into other people. But I wanted to specifically target Black women because we need that. We get, looked past sometimes. So I love it. Shanelle. I love it. Shanelle
Lamere, you guys, you can connect with her on IG, What She Grows Through. You can reach her via email at shanellelamere@gmail.com. Check the link right there. You'll be able to connect with her. I want you to reach out. And when you reach out, make sure you tell her, hey, I saw you on the Let's Connect session with Michelle. And I got a story. I've got something that I can share. I would love to be a part of your podcast. Shanelle, I swear our time goes by so fast. It's like my goodness, I can't believe the time is.
We gotta talk more.
We
We're
do.
friends now. See, we're friends. We're building connections.
Yeah, we'll do this again. We'll definitely do it again. We will definitely do this again. But Shanelle, before we jump off of here, I always like to finish up with, give me, what is the one thing that you would like to leave everybody who has heard from you, listen to you on today? What would you say is the best piece of advice that you've ever been given, the best piece of advice you want to give to somebody else?
Okay, so we were just talking about this recently. I think the best piece of advice that I can give is taking a look, like start getting to know yourself so that you can begin knowing yourself, so that you can begin loving on yourself how you love other people. So acknowledge yourself, how you feel about things, what you like, what you don't like, and start changing your mindset. Start changing that locus of control, like, what you can control and what you can't control. So start doing that, and you'll have new perspectives in life. You'll you'll see the world with fresh eyes, I should say, so that you can begin taking your story and growing through it so that you can maybe help other people. So I think that's a good tip.
That is an excellent tip. That's an excellent tip. Get to know yourself, self-awareness. That's important. That is so key, so critical.
Looking at yourself in the mirror, looking at that person, because that's you. That's your longest relationship that you're going to have. So you have to give that person grace and love on that person as well.
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. That is your longest relationship. That show is true.
Right.
Shanelle, it has been my pleasure. Again, you guys, this is Shanell Lamere, Shanell Lamere Enterprises. You can catch her on the What She Grows Through podcast. Reach out to her on IG or via email. You've got her digits or got her information right here at the bottom. And I don't want to forget, she has a beautiful clubhouse room called Shanell Lamere. And her group is What She Grows Through. So you guys,
we can get more personal, and talk and have conversations, chit chat.
Yes, absolutely. Shanelle, it has been my pleasure. Oh my goodness, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another Let's Connect session, Purpose Publishing and Michelle Guys. It is always a great time. So make sure that if you have not already subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do. And don't forget to hit the bell so that the next time I have a wonderful guest on the show, you'll be the first to know. All right, until the next time, bye-bye, everybody.